English jobs vocabulary. Teacher, teacher. A teacher helps students learn new things. A teacher works in a school or classroom. A teacher explains lessons in a simple way. Doctor, doctor. The doctor checks the patient's health. The doctor gives medicine to help people recover. The doctor listens carefully to the patient's symptoms. Engineer, engineer. An engineer designs and builds machines and structures. The engineer solves technical problems every day. The engineer tests new ideas to make things work better. The engineer works with a team to create safe designs. Artist, artist. An artist creates beautiful works of art. The artist paints colorful pictures. The artist shows their artwork in galleries. Pilot, pilot. A pilot flies airplanes safely. The pilot checks all systems before the flight. The pilot communicates with the control tower during the trip. Chef, chef. A chef cooks delicious meals in a kitchen. The chef prepares fresh ingredients for every dish. The chef creates new recipes to make the food taste better. Nurse, nurse. A nurse takes care of patients in a hospital. The nurse checks the patient's temperature and blood pressure. The nurse helps patients feel comfortable and safe. Firefighter, firefighter. A firefighter puts out fires and keeps people safe. The firefighter rescues people from dangerous places. The firefighter uses special equipment to control fires. Mechanic, mechanic. A mechanic fixes and maintains cars and machines. The mechanic checks the engine to find problems. The mechanic uses tools to repair broken parts. Construction worker, construction worker. A construction worker builds and repairs buildings and structures. The construction worker uses tools to cut, lift, and install materials. The construction worker follows safety rules to work safely on site. Dentist, dentist. A dentist takes care of people's teeth and gums. The dentist checks the patient's teeth for cavities. The dentist cleans the teeth to keep them healthy. Photographer, photographer. A photographer takes pictures to capture moments and stories. The photographer uses a camera to take clear and beautiful photos. The photographer edits the pictures to make them look perfect. Farmer, farmer. A farmer grows crops and takes care of animals. The farmer waters the plants to help them grow. The farmer feeds the animals every day. Waiter, waiter. A waiter serves food and helps customers in a restaurant. The waiter takes orders and brings the meals to the table. The waiter keeps the tables clean and makes sure customers are comfortable. Musician. Musician. A musician plays instruments and creates music. The musician practices every day to improve their skills. The musician performs songs on a stage for the audience. Businessman. Businessman. A businessman manages companies and make important financial decisions. The businessman plans new strategies to grow the business. The businessman meets clients to discuss deals and opportunities. Programmer. Programmer. A programmer writes code to create software and applications. The programmer tests the code to fix errors and bugs. The programmer uses different programming languages to build projects. Scientist. Scientist. A scientist studies the world to discover new facts and ideas. The scientist performs experiments to test their theories. The scientist writes reports to share their findings with others. Delivery person. Delivery person. A delivery person brings packages or food to customers. The delivery person checks the address to deliver items correctly. The delivery person keeps the order safe until it reaches the customer. Cleaner. Cleaner. A cleaner keeps places tidy and organized. The cleaner wipes the tables and removes dust. The cleaner sweeps the floor to make the area look neat. Barber. Barber. A barber cuts and styles men's hair and trims beards. The barber uses clippers and scissors to shape the haircut. The barber shaves and cleans the beard to make it look neat. Cashier. Cashier. A cashier handles payments and helps customers at the checkout. The cashier scans the items and tells the customer the total price. The cashier gives change and prints the receipt for the customer. Plumber. Plumber. A plumber fixes and installs water pipes and drainage systems. The plumber repairs leaking pipes in kitchens and bathrooms. The plumber installs new faucets and checks the water flow. Tailor. Tailor. A tailor makes and alters clothes to fit people perfectly. The tailor measures the customer to create the right size. The tailor sews the fabric carefully to finish the outfit. Taxi driver. Taxi driver. A taxi driver takes passengers to their destinations safely and on time. The taxi driver follows the routes to reach the passenger's address. The taxi driver helps customers with their bags when they get in the car. Security guard. Security guard. A security guard protects people and property by watching the area carefully. The security guard checks entrances to make sure everything is safe. The security guard reports any suspicious activity to keep the place secure. Gardener. Gardener. A gardener takes care of plants, flowers, and trees in gardens and parks. The gardener waters the plants and removes weeds to keep the garden healthy. The gardener trims bushes and plants new flowers during the season. Waitress. Waitress. A waitress serves food and drinks to customers in restaurants and cafes. The waitress takes orders and brings the meals to the table. The waitress checks on customers to make sure they have everything they need. Writer. Writer. A writer creates stories, articles, or books to share ideas and emotions. The writer spends time thinking and writing about different topics. The writer edits their work carefully before publishing it. Actor. Actor. An actor performs in movies, plays, or TV shows to tell stories. The actor practices their lines many times before the performance. The actor uses facial expressions and body language to show emotion. Fashion designer. Fashion designer. A fashion designer creates new clothing styles and unique outfits. A fashion designer draws sketches to show their ideas clearly. The fashion designer chooses fabrics and colors to match the design. Graphic designer. Graphic designer. A graphic designer creates visual designs for posters, logos, and social media. The graphic designer uses colors, shapes, and images to communicate ideas. The graphic designer works with software to make clean and professional designs. Biologist. Biologist. A biologist studies living organisms like plants, animals, and microorganisms. The biologist observes how different species grow, change, and interact in nature. The biologist conducts experiments to understand how life works at a cellular level. Astronomer. Astronomer. An astronomer studies the stars, planets, and galaxies in the universe. The astronomer uses telescopes to observe objects in outer space. The astronomer researches how cosmic events shape the structure of the universe. Chemist. Chemist. A chemist studies substances and how they react with each other. The chemist mixes chemicals to create new materials and solutions. The chemist analyzes compounds to understand their structure and properties. Professor. Professor. A professor teaches advanced subjects at the university. The professor guides students through research and academic projects. The professor writes articles and studies to share new knowledge with the world.